Hello footy fans, welcome to another episode of Bev's Footy Tips. This one for round 8 of the 2022 AFL season. We've got a bit to get through, so let's just get straight into it. Let's begin with the round 7 winner of the Bev Show tipping competition. And it's a big congratulations to Minavini Jaden M. He correctly guessed 9 out of the 9 matches correct. Oh, well done. Well done, Jaden. That is exceptional stuff. Whoa! You beauty to you. Well done. Exceptional stuff. There was a couple of upsets during round 7, so to guess all 9 matches correct, very good stuff. Well done, Jaden. And this is how the leaderboard looks after round 7. Prout House is leading with 47 tips ahead of Cade Fagan, who has joined him on 47 total tips. And then Minavini, who of course just won round 7 of the Bev Show tipping comp, has taken third place there with 46 total tips. Hayden Burke, 4th position with 45 total tips, and the Collie Wobbles also on 45 total tips in 5th place. How exciting is the Bev Show tipping competition? It is excitement levels to the core. Let's take a quick look now at how many tips I got correct in round 7. I tipped the Tigers over the Eagles. I tipped the Cats over the Dockers. I tipped the Giants over the Crows. I was very happy with getting that tip correct because I don't think a lot of people tipped the Giants, but I did, and I got it right, which is fantastic stuff. I tipped the D's over the Hawks. I tipped St Kilda over Port Adelaide. I tipped Carlton over North. I tipped Collingwood over Gold Coast. I tipped the Dogs over Essendon. And I tipped Sydney over Brisbane. So 6 out of the 9 matches correct. Not bad, not bad. Like I said, I was pretty happy with that Giants tip, getting that one correct. But the Cats, the Swans, and the Saints all let me down. But anyway, that moves me to 42 total tips. On now to my round 8 tips. Round 8 kicks off on Friday night with the first of 2 games on Friday night. Why in God's name do we have 2 Friday night games and no Thursday night footy? What the heck is going on, AFL? But anyway, Port Adelaide and the Western Bulldogs, 7:30pm start time at the Adelaide Oval. Of course, this is a rematch of the preliminary final last year. Port Adelaide, they've put together 2 wins on the trot after dropping their first 5 games. They're taking on the Doggies, who are coming off a good win against the Bombers last weekend. I was there at that game, and I thought the Dogs played really well. They looked, they got more opportunities inside 50. They looked a little bit better moving the footy, and I just thought it was a promising performance, and I'm hoping, For my sake anyway, the Doggies can get a bit of a run on. They have to if they're going to make the finals, and I guess the same goes for Port Adelaide. Look, I'm tipping the Dogs. They have beaten Port Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval more often than not in recent times. I'm going to say the Doggies by 10 points. I think that's a fair margin. The other Friday night match is at Optus Stadium, 8:40pm start time. It's Fremantle taking on North Melbourne. How good are the Dockers? They are clearly a top 8 team this season. And who knows, they might make the top 4 the way they're going. They took a massive scalp last weekend, going down to the Cattery and beating the Cats. It was a massive win. They now come back home. They're versing North Melbourne, who are bottom of the ladder. I think the Dockers will have a few players out due to COVID, maybe. But I do think the Dockers will have enough to beat the struggling Kangaroos. So Dockers for me in the second of 2 games on Friday night. In the first of many Saturday games, it's Richmond taking on Collingwood, 1:45pm start time at the MCG. I feel like this is one of the games of the round. I think this game could go either way. Not sure how much I take away from the Richmond win against the West Coast Eagles last weekend, given the Eagles are a bottom 4 team this season. They're a struggling team. But it was a good win from the Tigers, and they now play Collingwood, who are a better team than we thought this season. It's fair to say. Yeah, I struggled coming up with a winner in this game, but I'm going to tip the Tigers. I just feel like they're a slightly better team, but it wouldn't shock if Collingwood won this game. They can win it. It could go either way, but Richmond for me. In the other 1:45 PM game on Saturday, it's Sydney taking on Gold Coast at the SCG. The Swans, of course, coming into this game off the back of a loss to the Brisbane Lions last weekend, but they weren't disgraced. I think they'll take some learnings out of that game. Brisbane are a very good football team, so they'll take some learnings away from that game. They're playing Gold Coast, who in the bottom half of the ladder, close to bottom 4. They've shown some promising signs this season, but they haven't shown enough to make me want to tip them. So the Swans, for me, should win the game against the Gold Coast quite comfortably, I would expect. At 4:35 PM on Saturday at Manuka Oval, it is the Greater Western Sydney Giants taking on Geelong. Good win from the Giants over the Crows last weekend. They'll take some confidence out of that win, I'm sure. They're taking on Geelong, who lost to Fremantle at the Cattery, and I think they'll be disappointed given they usually win most of their games there, but couldn't beat the Dockers there last weekend. I think the Cats, they'll do enough to make the 8 this season, but they're clearly not as good as what they were last year. And I don't think they're up to the standard of, say, a Melbourne, Brisbane, Swans, even the Dockers. But like I said, I think they'll do enough to make the 8 this season. But getting back to this game, I think the Cats are the better team, so I'm tipping the Cats. But I feel like this is also a danger game. I feel like this game could also go either way, but I feel like the Cats are the better team. So Cats over Giants for me. In the first of 2 Saturday night matches, Essendon taking on Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium, 7:25 PM start time. Essendon, well, they have been one of the most disappointing teams this season. They've lost their last 3 matches. They've only won the 1 match. And they're coming into this off the back of a disappointing performance against the Dogs. They're taking on Hawthorn, who have lost their last 2, but they weren't disgraced against Melbourne last weekend. And they have proved to be a better team than we thought this season. So on the basis of that, I have to go the Hawks to beat Essendon in what could be a good game. But yeah, Hawthorn should be the better in that game. In the other Saturday night match, it's Brisbane taking on West Coast at the Gabba, 7:25 PM start time as well. Keeping this short and simple, Brisbane should be winning this. They do have Joe Daniher out, but they still should be too good for the Eagles, who have been thumped in their last 3 games. They're absolutely struggling at the minute. Clearly, it's time to rebuild, I think. Brisbane, they are probably one of the certainties of round 8. Moving on to the Sunday matches now. Just the 2 matches on Sunday might be due to Mother's Day. The first of the 2 games is at the MCG, 1:10 PM start time. Melbourne taking on St Kilda. This is 1st v 4th. I think this game could be closer than people think. I actually do think St Kilda will take it up to Melbourne, even though they were disappointing losing to Port Adelaide last weekend, kicking 4-18. I do think they're better than that, and I do think they can take it up to Melbourne, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think the D's will make it 8 wins from 8 games. They'll keep their undefeated record intact. They'll keep themselves at the top of the ladder, and I do expect them to be a bit too good for St Kilda, but like I said, I think the game could be closer than people think. And in the final game of the round, Carlton taking on the Adelaide Crows, 4:40 PM start time at Marvel Stadium. The Crows, I think, got a bit of a reality check against GWS last weekend. They have been playing some good footy in the last month or so, but they're not quite there yet, the Crows. Top 8 is not quite beckoning for them just yet, I don't think. Carlton, however, well, they're a contender, and if they are a legitimate contender, then they should be winning this. They should be beating the Crows at Marvel. So, tipping Carlton to round out round 8. So, recapping my round 8 tips, I'm tipping the Dogs to defeat Port Adelaide by 10 points. I'm tipping the Dockers, Richmond, Sydney, Geelong, Hawthorn, Brisbane, Melbourne, and Carlton. And there you go. That's my footy tips for this weekend's round of footy. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below your tips for round 8. Would love to read them. And of course, don't forget to press that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos that I post here on YouTube. And don't forget to follow all my socials as well. I post plenty of videos on my Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok accounts. The links are in the description below. But thanks again for watching. Enjoy round 8 of the 2022 AFL season. And until next time, bye for now. Go the Doggies!